What's up, sports bettors? Somehow the Denver Broncos have managed to weasel themselves into another primetime football game, and I'm going to be sharing with you two prop bets that I have on for this game. So again, we try to make this YouTube educational. Of course, we try to give you winning picks. My big bet of the week was the Seahawks plus 2.5. I know a lot of people were able to tail that bet. But also we try to make it educational and kind of explain to you the strategies that sharp bettors use, pro bettors use to make money sports betting. And one of the most basic concepts is every bookmaker has different odds, right? Every bookmaker sets lines independently. So what we want to do as a sharp bettor, the way sharp bettors think, is they use all this market information, treating every sports book as kind of an independent data point of where the line should be set, and they can get a pretty good sense of what the true odds are for the Broncos, right? So you can see sportsbooks are offering the Broncos from plus 175 to plus 200. So all this tells us is we definitely don't want to be betting on the Broncos money line at plus 175 because it's a rip-off price, right? As a sharp bettor, we're always looking to beat the vig, beat the juice, beat that 5% spread that sportsbooks charge, and you're definitely not going to do it if you're placing bets at plus 175 when every single sportsbook in the market is offering much better odds. So you can see in terms of point spreads, some sportsbooks are laying -4, some sportsbooks are laying minus 4.5. So again, you want to bet on the Chargers, take a -4 at minus 110 odds on BWin, which is the same as BetMGM. It's BetMGM in Canada, so this is the same odds as BetMGM. Because if the Chargers win, let's say 24-20, which is very reasonable, 4 is the difference between a touchdown and a field goal, you're pushing, whereas everyone who bets them minus 4.5 is going to end up losing. So always find those extra spots with value where you can, right? This is really what turns you from being a losing sports bettor into a winning sports bettor, is when you can pick up those half points and get -4 when everyone else is betting, minus 4.5. So the total is 45.5, 46, depending on the sports book. Again, you want to take the over, take it on Caesars, right? Get it half a point better than all these other people are. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into the first prop bet I have. So the first prop bet I have is going to be right here, Austin Ekler, under 13.5 rushing attempts, right? So all the positive EV betting tool really does for you on OddsJam is it kind of takes all this data, right? All this market data. So not only money lines, but also if we head over to the screen, it'll take kind of all the, if we go to player rushing attempts or rushing yards, we can go to something like that. So if we go to, rushing yards, what you can see is what OddsJam does is it just kind of like takes all this market information across the sports books and displays it in different ways. So the screen just lets you kind of like quickly compare lines side by side and look for value, right? So if we knew we wanted to bet on Joshua Kelly's over, we could see very quickly like, hey, Prize Picks has his line set at 18.5 rushing yards. Every other sportsbook's 20.5. So maybe this is where we want to place our bet, right? So you can kind of use this to just search around for value manually. But what the positive EV tool will do is it will take these millions of odds on the sportsbooks and just show you where sportsbooks are slipping up big enough to beat the vig, beat the juice. And you can see the first play available is Austin Ekler under 13.5 rushing attempts. So that's the only play I actually have on Caesars currently for this game. Under 13.5 rushing attempts for Austin Ekler at plus 114 odds. So again, it's just like rational sports betting. You have DraftKings laying plus 100, and then you have Bet Online, which is a super sharp offshore sports book, and they're pricing the under as the favorite at minus 119. So we can kind of, we only have 3 data points in this case. But again, just as a rational sports bettor, it's like, okay, well, DraftKings, their zero juice line would probably be something like plus 114. This would kind of be fair, but Bet Online's a super sharp offshore sportsbook. They have the under favored. So the true odds, kind of across the market would be plus 109. So essentially, you have all these different data points in the market. So you don't really have to know, like, I guess another example is if we go back to just take a look at this game, if we were able to get, as an example, I'm not saying you can right now, but the Broncos plus 250 odds, that would just be a no-brainer bet. You don't even have to know anything about football, anything about the game. It's just, we know there's millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars bet on the NFL. It's a very efficient betting market, right? It's like the stock market, right? Supply and demand kind of moves lines around to a place where the odds are fair. So we have all these data points telling us, hey, the Broncos should be like plus 170 to plus 200. So if you were able to get plus 250, that's obviously ridiculous value. That's a no-brainer bet. You're beating the VIG, you're beating the juice, which is typically only 4 to 5%, and that would be a really profitable bet in the long run, right? You're beating the market. So you're always looking to beat the market as a sharp bettor. You're looking for bets on sale. You're looking for bets like this Austin Ekler play at plus 114 odds, where you're getting odds that are too good to be true. And here we can see Bet Online. This is an arbitrage bet, first of all. But second of all, a very sharp offshore sports book. They're saying, hey, the under should be favored for 13.5 rushing attempts. We're getting it plus 114. So this is a no-brainer play. 2.28% profit margin. Locked it in. Granted, you do only have 3 data points here, 1, 2, 3, telling you, hey, Austin Ekler under 13.5 rushing attempts seems like a good play. So ideally, we'd have Pinnacle, we'd have all these different sports books who are posting odds on this market, but we only have these 3 data points currently. So the next play I ended up going with is the Broncos team total over 20.5. So again, just the bet in bold with a circle around it. My bet's right here. So over 20.5. For the Broncos team total. So I think I previously also gave out a bet on the Chargers team total. But you can see, we had the Seahawks. We had our cash for the under 42 in the Panthers-Rams game. So it wasn't a huge NFL betting weekend on WinBet for us. But we cashed some absolutely massive plays, which is great. And then we faded the Chargers team total under 26.5. And we have over 20.5 for the Broncos, slightly bigger. This was from a previous video, though. But again, it's like, why do we like it? Well, hey, PointsBet's laying minus 105, DraftKings plus 105, Bet Online, another, again, a very sharp offshore sportsbook, minus 102, Pinnacle plus 106, PointsBet New York. So the odds for PointsBet will slightly vary depending on the state you're in. They'll add in more VIG, less VIG, do stuff like that. So you can see the odds are roughly the same. Resorts World Bet. So all the data points in the market are telling us, hey, you should hammer these bets. So I hit them both. $10 in total profit margin on these plays, or actually that's wrong. This should be 7. It should be lower. So $370 in profit margin, slow and steady. We're up 23 grand on full length live or video plays. And we can see if there's any other bets on this game here in a second, but I went and added these to our sheet. So we're definitely running hot. I mean, obviously we had the Seahawks bet, which ended up cashing for us. And then on live streams, so I've been doing live streams, we're currently up 8.6K. So this is just me on live stream. You can tail my bets live as I hit them, ask questions, literally tail them in real time. And again, we're not going to win every day as a sharp positive EV bettor, but you're going to win in the long run, right? It's just mathematical betting. When, the average market line is minus 105 to plus 105 and you're getting plus 115, you're beating the VIG, right? You're beating the juice. So if we go to a no VIG odds calculator, you put in Bet Online's market, minus 102, minus 128. The true odds are plus 111. We're getting plus 115. So we're beating the no VIG line, the zero VIG line. We're always getting better odds, right? With the bet in bold with a circle around it, the positive EV bet, you're always getting better odds than the no VIG odds, right? You're always beating plus 109, we're getting plus 114. So it's kind of like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all these different sports books telling you, hey, here's where the line should be set. You remove the juice. And, essentially if every sports book is telling you, hey, this bet should be priced at plus 110 and you're getting plus 115, that bet is positive expected value, right? You have all these data points throughout the market telling you here's where the bet should be priced. And then just this massive discrepancy here on WinBet. So we definitely want to take advantage of it, which is why I bet on it. And obviously, like everything I say I'm betting, I'm riding with my own money. So these are bets, I think are really good. So again, it's just like, okay, the zero VIG line from Bet Online was plus 111. So Bet Online is telling us, hey, this bet should be priced at plus 111 with no juice. we're getting plus 115. On PointsBet, the line was minus 105, minus 115. Same with Resorts World Bet. So the true odds are plus 104. We're getting plus 115. So once again, a lot of value. So you can do that for every sports book. Pinnacle, plus 106, minus 124 from the sharpest bookmaker in the world. True odds, plus 114. So now, this bet doesn't look as good to Pinnacle as it does to Bet Online, right? Bet Online's only giving you minus 102, but we're using all this market information to get a sense of what are the true odds, what's the fair value of this bet. So I love this play. I ended up locking it in. Hopefully you guys are able to tail both of these plays, get on some of our live streams, and let's make some money.